Well, I love the game. I mean, that's first and foremost. And I'm a teacher of the game. And I'm a teacher by trade, right? So that comes first. My teaching comes first, coaching comes second. But it all kind of goes together. I'll, I'd be lying if I told you there weren't days that you cried, You'd go, can't do this anymore, I mean, even, thinking about it now, it's like.
Debbie is a proud alum from the U.S. Grant High class of '82, where she started in both soccer and softball, then coached each sport for multiple decades, starting in '87.
Prior to 2021, I had been approached and asked, I had been asked if I would like to be represented. And I said, no, Portland Public Schools is going to do the right thing. This is my life. I've lived with, this is my employer. This is where I went to school. This is, it's, part of my life, right? And so I said no at that point. And then as we started going through this process, went through the remodel, came back to the building, there's this beautiful baseball field. My kids actually, I brought them back in the community. We were at the Marshall campus, so that's 8 miles away from here. So during our spring season, I chose to bring the kids back into the community. We played actually down in the bowl area, which was craziness because it's a football line field. And there's little league batters boxes, and it was just crazy. And then the whole community is down there, and you're trying to play softball. But I wanted to bring it. It was important for me to bring back from the into our community. But as I did, and as we met there for practice every day, we watched this baseball field being built. It was really hard, and the kids were always questioning, like, well, I don't understand, So it was a good learning moment to explain to the kids what Title IX was, and explain to them that, it's not okay. We're going to do something, but you keep making promises to them too. And one of the promises I made was that I would see this field through.
Ingolstadt teamed up with her players in 2021, suing Portland Public Schools after no softball field was in the final plans during the Great Grant renovation project.
This was important for our community. It was important for our school. It was important for the softball program, but overall, it's benefiting the entire school, this space that we've helped create.
It was kind of like my last card. It's like we've tried every other way, and now I have to play this card. And it was going to be my last card I played because it was either going to be done or not going to be done. So I think they took it a little more seriously and realized that there has been other lawsuits, like Oswego for one of them, that has been filed where there is inequities. And I probably was not aware of so much of the inequities until, especially now, like what we have now, and being down here at this school during those 2 years, even though it was on the football field, we were much closer. I didn't think of too much about it. It's like what we had always done for years, decades.
Determination and mediation made it happen. The Generals now share the turf for a beautiful softball and baseball complex.
It was a battle that needed to be fought, and my goal was I was going to see this field through. It's like now these kids walk out, the trainer is there. We have a dugout. We didn't even know what to do with that. I'm like, how do we accessorize the dugout? We've never had one like this. So it was pretty cool. We have a sound system. It's just amazing. We have lights.
Parents a lot of times, but I tell you what, you walk out here during one of our games, and kids get out of school and they stop and they watch the game. Community members come and they watch the game, and it's just amazing. It's a great feeling. So I think there's a lot of learning that needs to take place. I know that the girls felt like, well, it's not fair that the boys always get, and I knew they understood that, but did they understand, like, why is that not okay, So even a deeper understanding of why it's important to have equity, and why is it you have to miss so much school because you have to travel to every game, and baseball doesn't. And it wasn't anything about baseball, but of course that's the comparison all the time, right? Baseball was not happy. They were upset because they didn't get to use the field last year, and neither did we. We had to pay off campus because the field was being built. But it's something that we'd always done. I'd say if you looked at our win-loss record this year, it wasn't great, but as I always tell my kids, the only thing you need to tell anybody is you came in second. They don't need to know there's only 2 teams. And we always laugh about that. There's been so much improvement skill-wise with these guys. It's incredible. And I think a lot of it has to do that we have been out playing on a field.
Debbie fought for them all during her 4 decades of advocacy, opportunity, equity, and trust.
But you gotta, get yourself back up and go, okay, this is hard, but we're gonna make this happen, right? And I think that if anything is worth doing it, it oftentimes is really hard, you know, especially when you're battling these immovable obstacles like the school district or, you know, whatever it is, right? And I made a promise to the kids, you know, and that's a big driving force. You know, we're gonna see this through.